Hi, this is Christina. Welcome back. I'm here with another process video today. These are the two pictures that I'm going to scrapbook, which are my daughter. We went out to see a play at a theater here in Mesa, and we actually went to see The Wizard of Oz. And so we took some pictures of her in her fancy clothes before we went. And I'm going to base this one on a grid layout, and I'm actually in the Ready Sketch Go class right now, and this is a layout that I created for one of their sketches. So it's just based on a grid layout, and this strip of paper from Crepe Paper Hello Love is going to go along the bottom. And I know that you can't really see that too well right now, but you will see that later. And so I'm just cutting that down to size right now so that I can leave a black border around the outside of this entire page. And those two pictures of my daughter are just going to kind of be staggered there in the middle with that strip of Hello Love paper that's going to be found down on the bottom. So real quickly, if you have not checked out this class, it's called Ready Sketch Go. I would absolutely recommend it. It is phenomenal. There is tons and tons of content, lots of videos, cut files, all kinds of really excellent resources to get your creative juices flowing. So there you will see I took a specialty paper from the February Studio Calico kit that has some gold foil hearts all over it, and it coordinates really well with what I'm going to do with the rest of this page. And then I'm placing some 3x4 cards that were also from the February Studio Calico kit up in that top corner. The one that I have up there on the right has some roller stamp words that just say love all over the entire thing. And then that pink one is a 4x6 card that I'm actually going to cut down and make into a 3x4 card. And that's going to be where kind of serve as my title. And there I'm taking my Becky Higgins corner punch and I'm just rounding the corners to make it match the other card that I already decided to use. And that card just says the definition of joy. And it coordinates really well with the pink in my daughter's dress. So that's why I chose to use the pink side rather than the other side that's just white. And I am going to go back and find something that will fit in the middle of that circle to kind of dress it up a little bit. And then right there I'm cutting a journaling box that I can use to kind of add some text. And that's going to finish up that part of the grid underneath that first picture, the portrait picture. So that's where the journaling is going to go. And I'm just cutting it to make sure that everything lines up, because when I do a grid, I want to make sure that I have an even amount of space between all the components on my grid. I don't want to have anything spread out more or less than anything else. So there you'll see I just adjusted that bottom strip to make sure that I had it the right size to coordinate with the sizing of everything else on my grid. So I kind of have all of my background pieces in place. So now you're going to see me kind of play with going through some of the embellishments from the Hello Love collection, where I'm trying to decide where I might want things placed or how I'm going to add a pop of color or a little bit of detail. And I'm just going through, pulling out things that I like or things that might work for me. Like I've said in previous videos, it's very difficult for me to visually look at a layout without kind of testing different things to see what I'm going to like. So I'm one of those people that pulls out a whole bunch of embellishments and different things and kind of plays with the placement in order to find something that I like. So I knew I wanted to use that little flower that matched the pattern paper strip at the bottom, but I didn't know exactly where it was going to go until I tried it in that circle on the title. Same thing with this little Cuteness embellishment. This was from the Studio Calico kit, and it's one of those mirrors, so it's gold mirrored finish on the front. And it just says Cuteness, which is going to end up being the title for the page. And I think for a while that I'm going to leave it there in that top corner of that photo, and I actually end up moving it as I get closer to completion and finishing up what I want to do in this layout. I also try this frame with my daughter's picture to see if I want to kind of frame her in the shot, and that doesn't end up actually staying on the page. I end up putting that back and deciding that isn't exactly the look that I want to go for. And there's nothing wrong with changing your mind and playing with those embellishments. I think sometimes all the process videos we see, people just like automatically can figure out, they can look at the layout and just put everything in place at once. And it is definitely okay to not be one of those people. So there I pulled off a flower from the chipboard sheet also from Hello Love collection, and I'm just kind of playing with the placement of that. I know I want to use it there, but I'm not sure what orientation I want it in. So I'm kind of playing with where the leaves go to make everything kind of tuck in together and fit really well. And so I ended up flipping it over like you saw, and it seems to fit better. Then I pulled off that bigger chipboard shape to try and decide if I wanted some extra flowers, and decided it was just way too big for the space. So I went ahead and decided against it. And then I just played with a bunch of little hearts and different embellishments to try and decide which ones I liked or what was going to add the finishing touches that I wanted to have on this layout. So I'm trying all different things from that chipboard sheet, and the beauty of it is you can pull them off, move them around, and then put them back when you decide that isn't the choice that you want to make. So you're going to see in a second here, I'm going to pull some little hearts, and there it is. And those are going to kind of be one of the embellishments that I decide will work. And I try it in the center and decide that it's too small and I like the flower better. But I really like it nestled in that corner of that 3x4 card in the top. So that's where it ends up finding its home. But you will see that I switch it out with the other one. There were two of them on the chipboard sheet. And this one had a little strip of white on it and the other one didn't. So I switched those out. And there you will see the final layout. And I hope you enjoyed everything that you saw. I hope you enjoyed seeing my process of putting together this layout. And if you will click like below and subscribe if you like what you see. Thanks.